everyone. My name is Trish from Simply Surviving Urban Farming with Trish. We have a beautiful special guest here today, Eliza. So, Eliza, do you mind introducing yourself and blessing us with all of your introduction?
Sure. First of all, thank you so much for having me. My name is Eliza Walton, and I have a couple different businesses up here. We're in central Pennsylvania. I own a feed mill, so we manufacture our own feed as well as sell feed to the surrounding 3 counties of local farmers. And then I have a herd of about 40 registered Angus and commercial brood cows. And then we also sell meat. So we some of the animals born here on this farm, we sell, we raise them all the way through and sell them as meat that you can buy here on the farm.
I think that's awesome. So I know you look pretty young, so I'm assuming your family started it all. What was the beginning for you guys?
So I'm 30, how old am I? 36.
Okay.
But I started with a 4-H project when I was 9, and I always refer to this as my 4-H project gone bad because I started with 4 cows and have ended up now with 40. But they just kind of multiply. But so that was, I grew up on a farm. My grandfather milked cows, and I started showing dairy cows and then moved into beef cows because my uncle raised Angus, and then also you didn't have to milk the beef cows, so that was kind of fun. So that's how I got into Angus, and then I've just basically, the herd has expanded, and I've moved across the state with this herd of cows.
Oh wow. What was that like?
Kind of like a traveling road show, but we kind of slowly migrated across the state. I rented some different farms along the way until we ended up here in Spring Mills near my dad ended up buying the feed mill, so then I kind of settled in this area with the group, but with all the cows. So that was interesting.
I bet it was. I was always curious, you mentioned you own the Feed Martin Mill, because I travel a lot, and I was always curious about what are those big gray tin things, what's inside, how does that work? So how does a feed mill operate?
Oh, well, that could be a whole another podcast, but those big grain bins, they're full of grain. You have a floor to keep, it's the best way to store your grain so it doesn't get spoiled. So it has a floor underneath that you can blow air through so you can then ventilate the grain and keep it from molding or anything like that. And, obviously you have to keep it dry in those bins and stuff. But yeah, some of those grain bins, there's some really big ones out there. We're talking million bushel bins or bigger.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have a couple smaller ones at the feed mill, but
so basically you grow the what's inside, wheat or grains? You growing the grains or harvesting the grains, and then you're storing them in the mills?
Yeah, so the farmers, they grow everything, and then they bring the grain into the feed mill, usually in the fall or around harvest. And then with the corn, we usually have to dry the corn down a little bit. It might come out of the field anywhere between 18 and 20% moisture, and then we have to dry it down to 15% or below so it keeps. And then we just store it in those bins and pull out to grind feed as we need throughout the year.
Oh, okay. I was always curious about that. I'm like, what are those?
Yeah. Well, and our mill is very small, but some of these operations are huge, and they're really fun to tour and see what's going on in there.
Yeah.
What they can do,
because it seems like most farms have them. Well, not most farms, but a lot of them when you travel around the country or whatever. But do you have any products that comes from that mill that you create from the grains?
Well, yeah. So I mean, we make our own line of feed. So we'll make chicken feed. We have our own line, so we have horse feed and cow feeds and stuff like that. Or if you, Trish, had your own recipe of feed that you wanted to feed your chickens, you would then bring me the recipe and I'd make it for you. So it can be.
You should not have told me that, Eliza, because I was going to be up all night trying to figure out how to do that.
Whatever you want, you can put. People. We have lots of. That's kind of our specialty is custom formulas. So if you want a special chicken feed that maybe sometimes there's no corn or no soy, or you want higher protein or whatever you want, we can mix that up.
So you saying right now for the listeners out there, if someone out there had a recipe, we could come look up the Martin feed meal.
We'd make it for you.
Okay, you heard it here, folks. That's
Also,
so exciting.
Another benefit to those bins, it's kind of like a bank for the grain farmers, because the lowest price for that grain is going to be at harvest time. Mm-hmm. So if they can put that grain in their own bin on their farm, then they can sell it later when the price goes up. So it's another benefit.
That's a great benefit and a great idea for those who haven't thought of it. The Eggs Hill Farm. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about that? You're right. We could have done 3 to 4 podcasts just based on you, Eliza.
Well, it's not that exciting. They're kind of all tied together. So we have the feed mill, and then the farm, and then the cows. So, the cows eat the stuff that we make at the mill. And we used to actually grow grain here on the farm, but we have it all in pasture now for the cows. But Egg Hill Farm belongs to my boyfriend Chris's family. Okay. So they've been on this farm for 5 generations now. So it's been in their family a long time. And then I brought the beef cows to the operation. So that was when we started raising beef here. But it's right next to the mountain. It's called Egg Hill Farm because the mountain to the south of us is called Egg Hill. So
wow.
Yeah.
But what about the, I think it's exciting from the Egg Hill Farm, the Martin feed mill, from the Angus beef. What about if people want to learn more about it, like the educational part of it? Like, do you have any farming programs that you know of, or do you offer anything?
Well, we're always open to visitors. So if anyone's in the area and you want to come work cattle for the day or something, or just come visit, we're always up for that. But I've also done a lot of programs over the years, and there's so many free and low cost educational things out there. I can't say enough about. We've worked with Penn State Extension a lot on the beef farm. We have a profit team where basically we meet with there's 2 instructors from Penn State, Dr. Tara Felix and Dustin Heater. They're part of the livestock team, and they just, they help us, they're experts in their field, and they come out and give us like just another perspective on the operation. So, like I said, that's free. You're getting, professional help and, insight into your operation. And there's also a lot of grants and educational programs, whether it's through lenders. Ag Choice Farm Credit does a really nice program called Ag Biz Masters. Oh, wow. And that's like basically a mini like master's program in finance. So like if you're trying to get your, farm operation up and going, like they're going to teach you about, balance sheets and the profit and loss statements, and like everything you need to know to run your operation, financially. And that kind of creates like a good, just a good relationship with like a lender. And same with, with our profit team, just staying in touch with your contacts that you have and kind of leveraging your contacts. I was talking to Dustin this morning, and he mentioned a program. It's a grant program where you can get $1,000 towards the purchase of a new bull if you buy a Pennsylvania bred bull. So like that was something I hadn't heard of before. So like just talking to the people that and staying in touch has been helpful, and I guess I'd recommend it to everybody.
Right. And so you do sell Angus, right?
We sell beef, and we would sell breeding stock too, like bred heifers if someone was interested. Okay. But most of what we sell is beef. So okay. We would raise the animal and harvest it, and then we could sell the meat either here, like at the farm, like you could come in and buy like 1 pack of hamburger or 1 pack of steaks, or you could buy the beef in bulk. So like you could buy a half or a quarter, fill up your freezer with stuff like that, with beef that, you can come here to the farm, you can see the cows in the field, you can see what they're eating. And a lot of people, they want to be sustainable, but they might not have room for a cow. So that's a good other option.
Right, absolutely. So I know you're in central Pennsylvania. So in order to, like, say, for example, someone within the United States that's not in Pennsylvania was interested in buying something in bulk, do they just reach out to your website or your phone number, or how do we do that?
Well, we do have a website. It's sinkingcreekmeats.com. And you can buy on there, although like the logistics of getting half a beef across the country, I mean, you're in trucking. I don't
Right.
know necessarily how we
No, I
would
mean,
do that.
they can come pick it up. Like, it's
Yeah.
probably even cheaper to just, especially if you're in the US, to maybe make a purchase and then just drive there yourself, road trip.
But to recommend, like, there's local beef everywhere. So I
Yeah.
guess you could look, in your area, there's probably people that do exactly what we do. Or check out the local farms or see who's selling at the farmers market and see who has beef at home. Like, just buying local products. And there's different level, there can be organic, or there could be grass fed, or there could just be like pasture raised, or there's lots of different people out there doing lots of different things. Yeah, but it would still be like, everybody has their own niche. It's not commercial beef that was raised in a feedlot. You can get good products like pretty much anywhere in the country.
Yeah, because I've seen those beef that goes into those warehouses like in bulk. So
Mhm.
like, you just don't know where they came from. You don't know what they were fed or if they were injected with anything. So I think it's just the best thing to do is to buy beef where you know where they were raised and how they were raised, and if they're stressed out before the harvesting or processing happens. So I think that's important because I think everything we inject in our bodies matter.
Mhm.
You know what
And
I mean?
I'm not here to run down, I think anyone involved in animal agriculture, the beef industry in general, like, if you're not raising a good product, it affects, the whole industry. So people, and it affects the profitability of the farm. So, a lot of these, even the commercial beef, it's very safe. The United States has one of the safest food systems,
Mhm.
in the world. But if you're interested in, there's other things, like if you want if you want your beef to be raised in a pasture, or to have, like, eaten grass or its whole life or something,
Yeah.
there's definitely stuff out there that is, going to be delicious and where
Right.
it comes from. So
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where it comes from. If I cook it right, I'm gonna eat it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
in the back of my mind, I appreciate the gift, and I pray that it wasn't abused in any way before I eat it.
hmm No,
So,
that's true too. And also, a lot of so right now you would notice in the store that there's record high beef prices in the store, but
mhm,
beef producers are getting like record low prices right now. Like, the price, if we were to sell our animals at a sale, you're not getting good money for it. And the packers are kind of taking that chunk out of the middle. Like, they're saying, well, we don't have enough people to process it, so that's why we have to charge the consumer more and pay the farmers less. So you can help a local farmer out by buying their product, and you're getting a great product, and you're probably saving a little money too. So,
thank you for saying that because I was in the mood one day I wanted to get some oxtails, and I looked at the price and I literally walked right out of Walmart. There was no way I was gonna pay that amount for maybe 4 to 5 little oxtails that probably wouldn't feed the whole family. So you
mhm.
are so right. Those prices, and I know I'm speaking on oxtails, but even just terms of beef in general, everything is so expensive. It's crazy. I might become that vegan one day. I don't know.
Just for price wise. But
Right.
oxtail is something that, like, we have trouble selling. So, like, I'd be glad, we have we have oxtail in the freezer, and would be selling it for like $5 a pound just so someone takes it or something.
I'm
So
just gonna go ahead and say it, and excuse my French. You can't have a lot of Black people in your area because you will be hiding from us, trying
well,
to buy those oxtails.
I have some Jamaican friends in Florida that want me to ship them to them. I'm like, please
Yes,
take them. Like,
this is the South. I'm just gonna say the South. I'm not gonna even make it a race to us people in the South. That's all we love to eat.
so if you find some farmer who can't sell his oxtail, you have just hit a jackpot. So,
Yes, I definitely will spread the word. And you have people listening right now. We know
hmm
where the oxtails are now
hmm
in central Pennsylvania.
Well, yeah, but they could be everywhere though, because there's people, like there's freezer beef everywhere. So,
Yeah.
farmers are just trying to
I
cut
guess
out.
the moral of the story right now is to support your local farmer. I think
Mhm.
that's the most important thing, and that's what I'm hearing you saying, and that's what I agree with. To support your local farmer, um, really support them, especially if you're not getting what your beef is worth from the commercial end of it. You
Mhm.
know, by us supporting the local farmers in our area, I'm sure it will help out a lot, and
Mhm.
it will motivate you farmers or us farmers, I guess, to just kind of keep moving and keep moving forward. I appreciate this conversation. You taught us a lot. One thing that I take from it is to get educated, the educational factor of it, to find someone to educate you on whatever you want to do in the farming industry. I guess that's one of the important things. And is it okay if we post your website and your social media outlets?
Yeah, that'd be great. So yeah, just keep educating yourself. You can always learn, and there's always somebody out there that has insight, or just a different perspective. And so I always bounce stuff off of anyone you can.
All right, Eliza, we know that you are a part of or own is it the Martin feed mill, right?
Mhm.
And
Martin.
Egg Hill Farm and Sinking Creek Meats,
Yes.
where
All
all
three.
the oxtails are just sitting waiting on us people in the South. But thank you so much for this opportunity to speak with you about your journey in all these different areas. And we'll talk to you soon, especially me, because I'm gonna be thinking of that chicken recipe.
Think it up and we'll make it. So thanks
All
so
right.
much for having me.
Well, thank you so much.